Hello everybody and welcome to Fruits Basket Season 2 Episode 7 Anime Review. This episode, I hate Akito. I hate him. He is a creepo. I don't like him. He's an asshole. He's a lot of things that I'm not a fan of. But Yuki though, Yuki was cool this week. He's grown exponentially. He's a good boy, he is. But Akito, hate that man. I'll take Shigeru's shifty behaviour over Akito being just Akito. Not a fan, me. Hope everyone's alright is basically what I'm saying. Anyway, let's jump into the episode, see how it all went down and everything. Let's do this thing. So the first thing we see in this week's episode is Akito and Yuki, but Yuki is scared but not quite scared. We later find out this happens later on in the episode. So I guess chronologically it's not here, it's later on. We'll get to it. Back to the business, the beach business as they say. Hiro gets a phone call. Turns out his mum's pregnant. Hooray! We're getting Hiro Jr. A little babby Hiro. Shigeru's here as well. I probably should have mentioned that. Shigeru's just sitting there. He's being a creeping on Toru. Liked Hiro just immediately dragging Kisa away like, nah, I ain't gonna let you, I'm not gonna let him do what he wants. He's a creeper. He was joking, or was he? He teases Toru, creeps on Toru, whatever you want to call it. And then Yuki and Kyo look ready to murder him with the groceries they just bought. Gonna whap him over the head with a baguette or something. I don't remember what they bought. Don't think it's important. Or a fish. Frozen fish hurts. So yeah, hit him with that. That's a good plan. They all talk for a bit. Hiro's sibling won't be a Zodiac because, hey, they're all here already. You can't have doubles. It's not like when you buy trading cards, it's like, oh no, I got a double. I'll trade it with you to get one I don't have. Trade my doubles. That's basically how it works. It's not like that, though. It's not how it works. That's what I'm saying. There can't be doubles. But yeah, then Toru starts wondering, man, I wonder what everyone else's parents are like. Because, she doesn't really know. She knows a few, she doesn't know too many, really. And then she starts thinking, crap, have I been being really inconsiderate, and because I keep talking about my mum, like this relating to Hiro said last week? Yeah, I think it was last week. Yeah, she's like, okay, gotta work on that, gonna not talk about my mum as much. And then they start watermelon splitting. It's pretty impressive. Haru karate chops some watermelon in half. Watermelon are pretty damn hard. I don't know if you've ever tried to punch a watermelon. If it's a proper good watermelon, you ain't going through that. So either that was a weak-ass watermelon, or Haru, he's got a hell of a chop. I know which one I'd bet on. It's the chop, by the way. But yeah, then Toru stops talking about... She stops herself talking about her mum. She rewords it to something else. Can't actually remember what she reworded it into, but it didn't make a lot of sense, if I'm being honest. And then after a while, Toru attempts to chop the watermelon, and... She's no Haru. Let's just say that she's not quite as skilled in the chop. She didn't even go for a chop. She just went for an old fisticuffs, and yeah, so she's not as good. Later on, Yuki's hanging outside with Haru. He sees inside. The kids are asleep, and Momoji. Does Momoji count as a kid? We'll say yes. That's a good thing. We'll say. Toru puts a blanket on him because she's a goddamn angel, and that's just how it works. More Yuki remembering Akito being a dick, telling him he's worthless and all this other stuff. I don't like Akito. Don't like him. Don't like him very much at all. When I see a character, I try and think of positives and negatives. Really struggling for Akito. I can't see many positives to him. So, I mean, I guess he's the de facto villain, so it kind of makes sense, but. Not a fan, I am not. But yeah, Yuki sees that, remembers Akito being a dick. Kyo shows up to talk to Toru, and Yuki sees this and he gets all upset and he leaves because he's a jealous boy. That's where he's at. He can't stand to see Kyo, his best friend. Don't tell me they're not best friends. They are. Even if they're not. You know your best friend? You fight with your best friend sometimes. These two probably will never admit it, but I feel like they trust each other a certain amount. That's just what I'm getting. Kyo talks to Toru, basically says, hey, what did Hiro say to you? I know he said something, because he overheard Hiro say something about it earlier. She asks about his parents, and he tells him the story. Except he was definitely going to say his mum killed herself, wasn't he? But he changed it, he swapped it into she died in an accident. And did she know? The face she made seemed like, oh, I know what you meant to say. Oh, yeah, that's... I think she knew. If I'm a betting man, which I'm not, because gambling is not a good thing. Don't do it, kids. I would say she figured out what he was going to say. Maybe not, though. Who knows? Toru then tells the story of the time her and her mum split watermelon, which is nice. Feel like we haven't seen too much of Toru's mum this season. Yes, in flashbacks, I know. But I feel like we had it a lot in the first season, and we haven't had it so much here. So it's nice to see them do fun things again, like breaking the neighbours' plant pots. Like, I mean, don't leave it out, neighbours. It's your fault, as far as I'm concerned. Good guy Kyo smiles, and Toru smiles, and they have a big smiley smile. It's very nice. Hattori goes to see Shigure, basically says, "Oi, behave, stop causing trouble," which, fair enough, is what's going on. Yuki, who's gone for a walk, I should have mentioned, he finds Kurino and Akito. Kurino, I guess, is like Akito's right-hand man, it seems like. That's the kind of the impression I get. Shigure is getting Akito involved to get him to stir up this old trip thing as part of his plan to get what he wants. Whatever he wants, because I try and think it out. The only thing I could think of is he's trying to somehow turn everyone against Akito, which I'm on board with. His methods are all over the place, and I don't understand them. But if that's I don't know what he's trying to do. You know, it could be anything. That's what I hope, though, because down with Akito, burn him, lock him in a burned building, and throw him in a barrel, and throw that barrel off the side of a mountain. That is, yeah, don't like Akito. I can't wait for him to have the most tragic backstory ever to make me feel bad for him, and made me feel bad for saying this. But as of now, it's not happened, so I'm allowed to. All the others hear from Shigure that, hey, Akito's here, we gotta go say hello. Everybody, of course, except Kyo, because he's the cat, and cats don't play well with others or something. And Toru, because she's an outsider. But she isn't really, is she? She's not really an outsider, but whatever. So Kyo and Toru hang out in the house. Kyo tells her basically, hey, Akito likes ridiculing people. He's a bad man. And I'm like, yes, Kyo, he is a bad man. Toru's really cheerful though. She goes, ah, like that to clear the air. And Kyo wants pancakes, and that's the most important thing. He says he doesn't, but he's a tsundere, so he does. Good old Kyo. Just take your pancakes, man. He's like, no, I've never eaten pancakes. Yes, you have, Kyo. You love pancakes, I've decided. The others are on their way there. Kisa's worried that Toru is going to get hit by Akito. Hope not, because obviously he beat her up, because he's an evil bastard. I don't like him. Yeah, Hiro's holding her hand like a nice guy. Turns out Akito also doesn't like Momoji. I can't imagine why. Yeah, I can't imagine they could get on too well. And Haru's like, worry. Like, everybody really doesn't want to go, it seems like. And Momoji even says, like, I just want to go hang out with Toru. I want to go back. Let's hope this doesn't take too long. Spoiler, it takes too long. No one really wants to see him. I want to go back to Toru. Akito, I guess he goes ahead. No, Shigure, sorry, goes ahead to meet with Akito. Hattori's there. Kurino's there for a hot minute. Yeah, then Akito, sorry, starts being an... this part entirely where he's like, I told Yuki to stop deluding himself, that he gave this evil laugh that just made me want to punch him. Like, I'm all for punching people. He's just like, ooh, my notes say he's an evil little turd, so I'm not a fan of this Akito. But then he leaves to go meet the others. The others, Zodiacs, they're already there, the other four. Hattori and Shigure stay behind and have a quick chat. Hattori says, Shigure, hey, I don't agree with your methods, basically, but at least you're trying to make a change. You're trying to change things, even if what you're doing is essentially bonkers. I appreciate the effort you're making, basically. And Shigure's all surprised. He's like, you're meant to be chastising me. You're meant to be like, don't do that, this is a bad thing. And he's just like, I'm not going to do it. So I think even Hattori is at the point where he's had enough of Akito and his poo. Replace it with the swear word and it makes more sense. But yeah, no, God, and then Akito shows up to the others and he's a creepy. Also, he was like fondling Hattori the whole time. So I don't really get it. he must get something from the Zodiacs. Hopefully nothing dirty, because Kisa and Hiro are children, and Momiji. Hell, even Haru's probably a lot younger. I don't think it is that. I think he's just very touchy-feely, and he's maybe gets Zodiac power from them or something. Really not too sure. They make it look creepy, really creepy, obviously deliberately. But I think it's probably something more obscure. Or maybe he should go to jail. Maybe that's also a thing that could happen. Toru gets fed up with waiting. Her and Kyo have eaten their pancakes, and no one else has come home. So she goes out to go find them, basically. Kyo is a... Go with her, man. What are you doing? Like, seriously. Toru leaves to go search for herself. She ends up on the beach. Runs into Yuki there, who seems fine. You'd think he'd be terrified out of his wits and have this scared look on his face. He looked calm. He looked very calm. He looked like he'd seen the light. He'd seemed fine. So I guess that's good. He's not going to visit Akito, I guess, because he already saw him. He doesn't really need to. Shooting stars show up out of literally nowhere. I don't remember if they ever mentioned shooting stars before, but it was nice and pretty, so that's good. He's then like, I know what would happen if I open the lid. He gets starts talking all dramatic, basically, and I still don't quite get it. So I mean, hopefully they explain it better next week. Thanks Toru a lot for everything. Basically, I understand when he was a kid and everything in the room with Akito, he was put down a lot, told he was worthless, useless, this and that. But then when he gave Toru the hat, he felt like someone needed him. And then, you know, she's saved him continuously since they met proper. So it's a nice little story. So now I think Yuki he's grown. He's a grown boy now. And it's nice. He kisses Toru's forehead. For a second, we were all like, oh my god, he's going to do it. He didn't do it. But my god, it was tense for the few seconds their heads were lined up, but then he was like, nah, psych. And I was like, Yuki, why? I know it's still early, like relatively early, but Yuki, why? Why are you psyching me like that, man? It's not cool. Toru must be so confused. Like, really confused. I would be confused if I was Toru. Like, what the hell's happening? Because obviously she doesn't think too much of herself, and all this crazy stuff's happening to her. Mental. Yuki, be more clear, damn it. But yeah, then he's sad because she's so dear to him. So maybe he's got to not talk to Toru or something that he's figured out. He says he figured something out thanks to Akito. Maybe Akito has not tricked him, but he's got the wrong idea. It's either maybe he's going to go back to Akito to keep Toru safe. I have no actual idea if you couldn't tell. But maybe he's like accepted that he likes Toru now and his feelings and all that. As I said, I'm not too sure. I think it was left deliberately quite ambiguous. He's definitely grown. He's definitely a grown person now. He is not the scared little boy he was whenever that was in season 1. It was a while ago. Halfway through maybe? Can't actually remember. But yeah, I thought this was a good week's episode. Akito gets so many emotions out of me. Bad ones like anger and rage. Suffering, other Star Wars memes. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to... I don't remember, I'm not Yoda. So, anyway, we'll wrap up here because I'm rambling now. Thank you everybody for watching this review. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and stuff. For more reviews, I forgot my own outro there, that was weird. For more reviews, it would help me out immensely. Thank you very much. And also, it might open the hairdressers sooner, because God knows I need it. I will see you next week for another episode of this. Take care, and bye guys.